and welcome to our first ever attempt at SAKK Karate online learning. Sure, in the past we've done some homework videos and things like that, but this is actually our first attempt to really mimic our curriculum. You know, parents, you may have seen us before class every day looking at this book. This book has the curriculum that we follow every month, broken down week by week. So today what I'm going to be going over for this particular video is we're going to be going over what is on store for the lessons for this particular week, the week of the 16th through the 20th. So whether you attend the class or not, or whether you do your online home learning here, we're going to go over the exact same things that we would as if you were in class. So let's get started. Warm-ups, all right? And so that's going to be, you know, hands out this way, big circles, little circles, the fist clinch like this. And then we're going to go into just simply the hands up, hands down, big waist this way, big knees this way. Just make sure your child spends about 7 minutes warming up. And that's really all I have to do for the warm-up. Right after that, we're going to go right into the punches, so our basics. So our feet are going to be hikodashi stance, toes even, starting with the left arm out, and we're simply going to be punching right to the center of our body. Parents, make sure that your student is not punching shoulder length or width, okay, up to their head. Right now, we simply want nose, chin, fist. So we're going to do this 10 times. Then we're going to count out the double punch, which means 2 punches for every count. So there's 1 punch, 2 punch. From here, then we're going to go to our high block. Most of those students already know how to do this. Make sure that they do 10, and make sure that they ki on 5 and 10. From there, of course, we move into our middle block. Okay, and straight from our middle block, we're going to go into block across. Now make sure when they do the block across, the shoulder and the hand, just like in middle block, line up. So here, block across is even with this shoulder, middle block, even with this shoulder, not pass, not too close in, and about 1 fist away. From there, then we go ahead and do our down block. Bring the arm over, slide down, arm comes on top of the elbow, block down, and then of course our shuto-uko block, or our hand strike block, okay? Just like basic form number 2. So really it's going to be high block, middle block, block across, and then hand block. Those are the basic punches and blocks that we basically start off with every class. Now after that, we're going to break into some drills that are really designed to make us better performers at kata and sparring. Now even though we're not going to be doing any sparring, we will still be doing a few sparring drills to help the student maximize his time and maximize punching in, punching out, blocking in. So let's start with our basic in the box, out of the box, or cross the line, come back to the line. That's simply going to be, get into a fighting stance. And you notice I have this tape here on the floor. If you could, mark something like this out in your child's room or living room. The painter's tape is very easy, peels off easily. Here's the drill. Fighting stance, pushing off with your back leg, dragging up your rear leg up to about where this tape would be. You notice I landed perfectly on that, and then going back. The trick is to push off with your back foot, okay, and have your forward or your rear foot land on that piece of tape. That way, you're getting used to moving in, moving back. Now, here's the trick. Don't have your child do this. You don't want to push off with your back leg and stand up and move. And a lot of children, a lot of students will do this. I call it the Scooby-Doo. You don't want to do that. You want to push off with that back leg, boom. Head is the same, kind of push back. So that's our first drill that we're going to do. We want to do that 10 times on each side. Now, another good drill to do, what we'll be teaching in class, is simply starting off, here's my foot on this tape. I'm going to take 2 steps forward, hands on my hips. 1 step, 2 step. Now when I go back, 1 step, 2 step, I should be very close to where I started off. If I do 1 step, 2 step, and then go 1 step, 2 step, and I'm nowhere near where I started, that's wrong. So what you want to do, mark where your front foot is going to be. 1 step, 2 step, and then as you put your foot back, it's going to go right back where it started. You want to practice that. You'll find that most students can't do that consistently. Have them practice 10 times each side. At a more advanced level, do 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And you notice my foot landed exactly where I wanted it to be? That's exactly what you want. Now, you notice I'm not using my hands. For beginner students, their curriculum calls for just doing the footwork. Intermediate and advanced students, you go ahead and add your punch, your block, anything to put it together. So again, beginner students, just the footwork. Intermediate and advanced, put your hands in. So those are the two drills that we're going to start off doing. Now, we're going to move into kata. Intermediate, advanced students, you know your katas. Beginning students, you're going to practice either basic form number 1, basic form number 2, or fukukata each. All of them are going to be on our YouTube channel. To make sure you look at our YouTube channel, SAKK Kids Karate. There you're going to find a complete video of basic form number 1, basic form number 2, and fukukata each. Now, for the particulars, let's take a look at this. When your child starts their kata, again, you want feet shoulder width apart. The call to attention, feet together. They're going to bow, and then you're going to hear yoi. Yoi is the first time that we expect them to do something perfectly, and here's how it is. I'm sure you've seen this move. This is how you want to perform it. Most students are going to do this. They're going to bring it up to their face. If you can't see your child's face, they're doing it wrong. If it's down by the chest, they're doing it wrong. If you see 8 fingers, you're doing it wrong. If you see a thumb, you're doing it wrong. It should simply be straight up, about neck height, no higher than the chin, down. So strong up, strong down, then hands to the side. Now, again, the videos are online on our YouTube channel, but what I want to talk about right now are some of the finer aspects of the kata. So for example, on fukukata each, and all students are going to be learning this, whether they're beginners or intermediate, it's the same drill because we make the same mistakes. Fukukata each, pinya shodan, pinya nidan, pinya sandan, they all start the same way. You're going to step out to about 2 o'clock and pivot, and there's where you want to be. So, doesn't matter what kata you're doing, practice stepping out, spinning, walking stance. Doesn't matter what kata, the next move is going to be step walking stance. Now here's where the confusion sets in. Most kids are going to step back, turn like this, and when they spin, you'll see them struggle or they'll land with a very short stance. This is wrong. What you want to help them with is stepping forward. You want to come back and come across. If you look at how far my foot is, it's fairly far back from my heel, and it definitely passes my heel. I'm not stopping right at my heel. I'm going past my heel. So that when I spin, I'm back to a nice, perfect walking stance. So the drill is going to be 1, 2, 3. Okay, again, 1, past my heel, 2, past my foot, 3, good walking stance. Okay? Now, the next drill is going to be standing from this position when we turn. And again, it doesn't matter if it's fukukata each, pinya shodan, pinya nidan, pinya sandan, pinya yandan. They all have the same turns. From here, I'm going to bring my foot in and step out. That's my move. So, for fukukata each, I come heel to heel, step out chamber, block. Again, walking stance, left punch. I look first, heel to heel, step out, chamber, block. And then of course, I'm doing my 2 or 3 moves up. Now, when I do my last move, here's the next important turn. High block, I look, heel to heel, step out, turn, chamber, block. Doesn't matter what kata it is, I'm going to do it without my hands. Here's the last move. Heel to heel, first I look, heel to heel, step out, turn, there's my stance. So those are the first 2 drills, actually 3 drills. Start with yoi, okay? Then bringing this foot back, this foot over, turning. Then when I turn forward, bring the heel to heel, turn out this way, and then of course when I turn around, I bring heel to heel, step out, turn. When they're learning this initially, they're going to take a look at their feet. That's okay to have them do that. But after a while, try to get them to where they're actually turning their head first and then footwork. Because in kata, it's head first, then footwork, then the actual technique, whether it be a punch, block, or a kick. basically, that's the lesson, okay? The warm up, the basic punching and blocking, and then moving to our turning drills. Then after the turning drills, you would do your actual trials kata, whether it's basic form number 1, basic form number 2, or fuku kata each. I know with basic form number 1 and 2, there are no turns, but they need to start learning this right now. So again, just watch on YouTube, basic form number 1, basic form number 2. That's the lesson. Now, obviously, no fun time on the video, but what you might want to do is encourage them to do 25 jumping jacks, 10 good push-ups, and 25 crunches. And that is it. So parents, you be the sensei. You have some fun with your child as they're training, and don't forget to train hard and to have fun. That's the lesson for both Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday's video is coming up that has a complete different lesson plan. Our lesson plans are broken down by the month, then by the week, and every week, the A days, which are Monday, Tuesday, is the exact same curriculum. Wednesday, Thursday, exact same curriculum. So have fun with this particular week, A and B. Also, parents, keep a training log. Because when your child returns, every week that they do their karate at home, and even the students that come to class, when they can do this successfully, they will earn a red homework stripe on their belt. So make sure you do that. Bring the training log when they come back. That way they can earn those stripes, bringing them one step closer to the next belt. Thank you very much.